I think
That's
getting typed as NFJ before had to do with the FE, because I guess sometimes they can be stronger on there than even the tertiary at times, especially since they're in the
mm,
same orientation. Uh, but it seems like it's about 50-50 on which one really stands out more, if it does, between the TI and FE.
to be honest, I don't trust the tests. I'm like really skeptical to
Yeah,
the tests. I think of it as a computer is typing you.
yeah,
A big issue with that. Like, why would you trust a computer? Why don't you just learn for yourself and find out?
yeah. I guess I know there were times because it seemed a little difficult to me understanding how that wouldn't always work, and I guess I was a little skeptical that maybe I wasn't seeing myself the way I was, although it seems like it's turned out to be correct. Uh,
Yeah, lucky you.
yeah, well, it I didn't get everything right the first time. Only recently have I even gotten ENTP on Myers-Briggs tests.
Mm, okay. Mm. Have you read any like books on the Myers Briggs?
Um, I uh, I haven't actually gotten any with me at the moment, but there's some that I'm about to try to order and look at more deeply. I think my parents had some Kiersey stuff
Okay.
like years ago. Uh,
Okay. Just going through my questions now. Just to see the, from your perspective, how is it to navigate whatever we call the messiness of the NE with TI? How does that work for you to sort out all the ideas that comes to you from NE with your TI? How does that work for you?
that's a good question because I mean, TI is pretty conceptual and stuff, but okay, the screen's better. It's just that for me, the TI, I guess, kind of helps reason out a lot of stuff from any, and kind of helps. Uh, I guess, I guess it kind of helps ground out a lot of the ideas of any, and just uh, bring more reason. And
Okay.
I guess sometimes uh, I guess it can kind of shape up how some of the intuition works.
So it's like all these ideas coming at you, and TI is standing there like a guardian saying, "Yeah, yeah, you're okay. No, you're not okay. You're okay. You're not okay." Almost.
Yeah, I always, I think I've read on articles that it is true that it's not like and he's not really a long-term builder, but uh, I think some people who've managed to get things done pretty successful in their life, they're like really, there's some ENTPs that I think do pretty well, but I think they're like the really disciplined ones.
Okay. Where do you think the disciplines come from? TI, or is it the inferior that disciplines them? Or
Oh, well, I think it could be a little bit of both. I think it could also be just the sometimes it can be even an upbringing that is more structured and stuff. But I think actually inferior SI can make us a little bit of perfectionists as the ENTPs. But I think like a little bit of the introverted stuff kind of. How would you say that FI and SE work together? Does SE just kind of try uh, to give you the accurate picture versus what you're feeling, or how does that do?
FI and the SC work together. to me, it's like FE tries to figure out what I want to do, and then I get uh, like the updated sense stream of what's actually happening around me, and then I go back to FI and say, okay, I want this. This is what's happening. Is it available? Is there something in my way? Is it worth it to push through whatever is in my way, or should I try? Or should I cry? Should I throw a tantrum? Should I get angry? A bit happy? It's like this constant weighing of is what I want easy or hard to get, and how can I get to what I want?
That's a good one.
I would almost call it's a bit selfish actually. Yeah? It's a bit selfish actually. It's a bit it's always focused around me and myself actually, and what I want to do actually. Yeah.
Well,
so it's yeah.
I think I know it doesn't work as bad since I've got as a tertiary, but I think FE for some could be it can have its negative effects. For one thing, I think its judgments are kind of concerned with the norm, and sometimes that can be a good thing, but sometimes it can lead to being a little critical and stuff based on conformity, and I think also sometimes too much of it can give like white knight syndrome, and I think sometimes we don't know what our I don't know, I guess sometimes we care more about others' values than even our own.
Yeah, I have an ENTP friend actually. I don't see him very often, but from time to time I do, and it's very interesting watching how he tries to like almost in some instances ride into be that white knight to describe. Let's come, here I come to rescue, and I remember one instance with his girlfriend. We lost her, and when he was out, he was like running around. I have to find my girlfriend and save her from this evil world. Almost like he didn't say that, but that's how he acted. Like he needed to go and save his girlfriend. It was very interesting. That's how I see it. It's I find when you have FE in its tertiary, it's okay. It's not too smothering.
Yeah.
When you have FE in it dominating, it feels almost smothering, because it's like it's going to take care of you in every way, in their way, and it's like you have to like.
Oh yeah, that's why I know there's some of them that I'd rather like, because I have relatives that I like them, but I don't like living with them, because you have to kind of just, they're gonna control the way you do things basically.
Yeah. And if you have SI mixed in there also, it's even more extreme, because you have to do it in the proper way every time, like it's the same time thing every time. You have to sit there and you have to eat that kind of cookie, and at that point in time it's like no. I don't want to do that. Wow.
Yeah.
So, it creates a friction actually.
Yeah.
That's
Sure.
yeah. What do you do to develop your FE, also your tertiary function? How do you do that? What do you focus on?
I guess that one isn't too bad. I guess high school is when I kind of developed that one. It was kind of how I was able to get I don't know, to get along with a lot of the people at the time. I wasn't really interested in the cliques, but I was always able to just speak to them and stuff. And I guess that one wasn't too hard to develop, really.
It seems logical because I remember I started to develop my NI, my tertiary, at the same period actually. So I started to like try to read really deep stuff. Depends on the perspective, but I started to read what to me was very deep topics at that same time. Trying to like understand stuff like that.
Oh, I just know one thing though is it seems like the higher FE people, if you tell someone something uh, that isn't real popular or is contrary to someone else's view, sometimes they act like you're killing an animal.
Really? Killing an animal. Huh. Yeah, I never really clicked with the FE people when I was at that age. They didn't include me at all. I was always hanging with the NTs and yeah the nerds basically because they didn't try to like make me do stuff. So I always hang around those people actually.
Oh, there were probably some people that I knew that were NTs, come to think about it, and I wouldn't have been surprised if one of my really good friends during high school maybe could have been ENTP. I haven't fully thought about it, but I know he was probably was an extrovert. He was actually unlike me. He's actually one of them that liked talking to new people a lot, stuff like that. Uh, we had kind of a quirky sense of humor, stuff like that. And then there were actually a lot of like it seemed like I knew a lot of ISFPs and ISTPs during then as well.
Okay. So because they also had think the introverted thinking, so you
Yeah,
could relate on that level.
yeah. I don't know. For some reason, like uh, I don't know if y'all are just able to be untransparent with the introvert feeling and stuff, but I actually haven't gotten in too many arguments with a lot of ISFPs, despite being pretty much a almost the opposite of
Yeah,
ENTP.
we just don't really like to get into arguments, and if we do, we get really angry and go into like stressful TI, very immature. Not TI, but TE, very immature TE positions, like very categorical. Like it's like this, and this, and that's final.
Oh,
It's not.
I've gotten in conflicts with FIs before, but uh, there's times when I thought I wouldn't see the end of it.
Uh, since I am an FISE user, and as long as I don't get stressed by the conflict,
Mhm.
it oftentimes gets more physical than verbal actually.
Oh,
So I've been a lot into martial arts, and I most of my conflicts before I really developed my other functions always was handled in a fight almost.
oh,
Really. So I've been in a lot of fights because that's how I handle a problem in a physical way, you
cool.
know. So I'm a bit more mature now, so I try to like talk to people, you know, if I'm disagreeing with them totally.
Mhm.
Mm.
Well, it seems like I don't know if it's because INFPs have FISI, but sometimes I'll end up saying something that I forgot about, and that'll be the cause of their conflict against me.
Yeah, yeah, perhaps, yeah, because they have the values linked to their IDs almost, so
Yeah.
they're like really. To me, I have an INFP friend, and she's like always up these causes because it shouldn't kill animals. I have to be a vegetarian. And like I think like if I should be a vegetarian, it because of my health, not because I care about someone killing an animal.
Yeah.
So it's just, they're really really upset about like people trampling on their values because they are linked to their ideas in some way. To me,
Yeah.
and I don't do the same thing. I don't link my values to my ideas. I don't do that. Those are two very different things for me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's an interesting difference. And I guess it's funny because I us I usually I don't really get in prolonged conflicts with SE dominance, but usually I get like usually I think we get in arguments on our perception because they're like the opposite.
Mm. Yeah, I can imagine that. I tried to get my INFP friend to explain to me when I was started getting into Myers-Briggs how she perceived the world, and I was just sitting there shaking my head
Mhm.
because it didn't make sense to me what she was trying to explain. It was like,
Mhm.
what are you on about? It doesn't make any sense. You're talking about this stuff merging into whatever, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't understand you. But we get along really well because we have like this ethical value bond almost. I don't know how to tell it, but we really get each other's on an emotional level, if you
Mhm.
understand where I'm getting at.
That's cool. And then let's see. So you got another question?
Yeah, sure, I have a couple more. So yeah, we touched upon this earlier, I remember, but that it was how is your relationship with SI? You talked about how you like just went for the candy and then the
Oh,
usual stuff. Yeah.
oh, I think it's not so bad whenever I'm more healthy and balanced, but I think there's always kind of it is always the one that's hardest because basically you have to turn off the any and any dominants don't like having to turn that off.
Yeah, I know what you mean because when if I go to use TE, I have to turn my F out totally, and I become really cold. Like when I become categorical, like this is a stone, this is a planet, you know, like categorize things. I like I don't care about anything that is emotional. It's like, and then I have to step back from TI and go into FI. It's like like back to normal. It's just really weird. So some people like, especially FE people, get kind of freaked out when I go into TE categorical mode because I seem like I don't care about anything emotional anymore. I become almost INTJ like.
Oh,
I for a long time in the beginning when I found my spirit, I thought I was an INTJ. I spent maybe half a year or something thinking I was an INTJ because I was really very in a very really unhealthy place at the moment. So I was really into the categorically dung and everything. So I really identified with the INTJs. But when I got more healthy, I saw that maybe I'm not an INTJ at all because I'm really a perceiving type. And I said, oh, so.